reduced price, you'll get
A Notion
we're
or
highlighting
something.
that month. Plus, you'll still get your, is it 10% off?
Mhm.
You'll still
And-
get your 10% off anything that you buy.
And if for some reason, like, we don't have enough of whatever Notion we have on sale, we'll do a rain check so that for the same price. And then that way you can still get the price up. The discount opportunity, so.
And sometimes it might be a charm pack that we use in the pattern, since we know you all have lots of them. Or it might just be scraps, because most people have a lot of fabric.
Have a microphone.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so do we have show and tell tonight?
And if you
Yes,
don't want to be on live, just
Throw
Toss up.
your project to me and I'll be on live. So.
just throw it really hard.
How far do they, be like Vanessa during the game a couple months ago when she was throwing stuff at you. So how far that direction does it go? Can you see Lori?
Well, no.
Okay,
The
so,
end of the wall.
so if you don't pass
right there,
Lori,
yep,
you
mhm.
won't be on it. Okay, let's start up here in the front. Eileen, do you have one?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Awesome.
Yay.
And remember, you get a ticket in the drawing for each show and
Those are
tell
so
that you
hard to put
bring.
back on.
So this is my
Mm-mm,
twins.
it's all
but
sold
a
out.
little bit
Like,
different
there's
because
no
I did
more.
turn them sideways.
Yes.
So, do you want to come right up here, Eileen?
That way. You want to be in the camera or no? Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
She doesn't want to be in the camera.
She said she doesn't care.
So come on up here.
Turn this
So we'll
around.
have to turn it around.
Yeah, it's already.
So I
Yes.
just did them up and down with corners.
Oh, that's super
That's
cute.
cute. That's, yeah, I love that. Somebody this morning had one done with that charm pack too.
3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
I don't remember the name of it.
Missouri Star.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Looks like Kansas Troubles.
No, it's not.
I can't remember what it was called.
From Turn Tax, it's from a layer cake.
Glasses.
And I have a grandson that I think is going to get engaged, so I thought I ought to.
I feel like it is a Moda one though.
It is. I remember seeing that.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, we did have that one.
How big
So
that is.
that one was going to be.
Oh, I feel like I kind of feel like it's a Robert Kaufman one though. I don't remember. Anyways.
I don't know.
Oh, look, we have 14 people watching us live right now.
Oh, wow.
Right now, we're just doing a show and tell. Everybody's showing their projects, and then we'll do a demo. Just jump to 37. We'll see how many stay. And we'll do a demo here in about 20 minutes for anybody watching.
Here's my knots.
And that one's from a couple months
I
ago.
forgot to bring it last time.
Oh,
cute.
Oh, it was fun to do.
And here is my,
I'd love to have. Well, she's disappeared though.
Yes, that's last month. Yep, the twins.
Oh.
She did all identical
Yep,
twins.
she did identical twins.
And I added, I did 2 charm packs and then I added a few more. And then I did, because I wanted the red, I did some red cornerstone.
Very
That's
nice.
Very nice.
Very
Here, I'll
nice.
fold this
Yeah,
one up while you.
it is denim.
And then
Yeah, it's a denim background.
I decided to be in love with those, 3-yard quilt looks. So I've been making a bunch of those. So here's one of the patterns. With a 3-yard quilt.
Let's.
Pull that up.
No, that's
And then
that's not a
here's
sassy.
another
Oh, well,
one.
maybe on the 3-yard quilt. Maybe that's the name of it. I don't know. I don't know those patterns very well. But it could be.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
I was thinking check the box.
Looks like you have
And then there's
one.
that one too, yeah.
And I have to keep counting fabric.
Very cute.
That's so cute.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it does.
But she's gonna raffle it at her family reunion.
Yeah.
So-
So if anybody wants
So
to go
if
join.
you want to join her family, you can.
Yeah, the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
And where's it at again?
At the Archer School.
The Archer School. There you go.
Let's go.
Just go show up, buy tickets.
Yeah.
Saturday after lunch.
Just text it. Just text me, and I'll just send a mass text out to all the customers, letting them know that what time the lunch is in the auction.
That's just on your own, sorry.
Oh dang.
Okay, who else has show and tell? Second row here. Yep, I can.
Partial because I ran out of fabric because I don't know how to do small.
Never. Julie can never do anything small.
I've got another 3, this is 3 packs, and I've got another 3 that I'm gonna be adding to it. So it's my-
Julie, turn this way just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Thank you,
I
ma'am.
love these colors. This is a Tilda line.
Poppy seeds. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
poppy
Poppy seed.
Wait, that's not the twin one?
It is the twin, yes, but
Yeah.
the charm pack is a poppy seed charm pack from Tilda.
I almost bought that. It's so cute.
It is
It's
super
almost
cute.
Textured, solid.
Well, I think
Yeah, they
there's more
read like
coming.
a
Are there more
solid,
coming?
but it's a texture.
So I don't know. This one?
I have no
No,
idea.
more just have some.
Oh, more just came.
Yeah, a whole bunch just came. They had to order more.
Eventually,
you have
eventually
another
we'll get the
chance.
yardage, right?
Okay, anybody else? Okay.
Someday. Someday, darling.
So last month I showed a cute little pouch thing that I had made intending it to be a wallet, but I didn't like it as a wallet. So I made a different wallet.
Oh, cute.
So it snaps, there's pockets and a zipper pocket and everything. And then I
Cute.
needed a stick holder to go with it.
Oh,
Yeah, and it snaps and
Cute.
Oh, awesome.
I love having them match and everything. It's really cute.
Yeah.
This was they're both from YouTube tutorials. I don't remember who did this one, but one that I really like to follow is Tender Smile Handmade. She does so many cute little pouches and wallets and bags and stuff. And then another project I'm doing is I've started doing some wonky houses.
Oh,
These are
fun.
just like improvised, just kind of make however.
Oh,
So this is the
cute.
first one that I did. And
Cute,
I'm
cute.
gonna do like a whole bunch of them. They're all gonna be 12 inches, they're 12 and a half inches to finish it. And I'll have like 2 inches of grass on the bottom and.
Oh, cute.
Very windy. I just did this one this afternoon.
Oh, so fun.
Oh, that is so fun.
Very
They,
nice.
I think are going to be very addictive to me.
Yes.
A great way to use up scraps.
Yeah. You said the ticket for both, so.
Yep.
Yep.
1 and 2.
Get 3, 4.
If you count each item, I get 4.
Sure. Okay, anybody else on this middle long row? Okay, next row back there, Darla.
What are you guys picking out? In a what?
I have been going a little
Oh,
different
yes.
direction and using
There's
scraps.
actually, we haven't done
and
it
then
yet,
making
but
card
there is
holders.
a bottle
playing
pattern
cards.
charm pack. This.
I have some of those. I
Coming
was
up in the
playing
next-
games with my grandkids last night using them.
And then
In the
my
next couple of
husband's
months.
grandmother
Because
would sew
we have a
leather
fabric
baby
coming, it's
booties.
called 800
So I've been making a
Notions by
bunch of
Ruby
them.
Star. And it's all
Oh,
about
fun.
sewing motions. And I think that's the
That's
charm pack she's
awesome.
gonna use. So it's gonna be like bottles of sewing motions.
Okay, anybody else back there?
Like canning jars.
There, focus like that.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. That is what it's gonna look like. It's a jar, a mason jar.
Do you want me to help you, Lori?
Yes, uh-huh.
So she took this big styrofoam
That's a 5-yard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, a 5-yard quilt.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
That is very pretty. Here, pull it tight, Lori.
Sorry, I was busy.
Except for Lori's gotta come this way. There you go.
I have a lady that finds them. She did a nice job.
Is it, it's Minky.
It's Minky.
Wow.
Is Minky on the back too?
Mhm.
Oh, cute. Mhm. No, just Minky.
Just the binding is Minky and
Yeah,
then the back.
very nice.
Oh, that's so pretty.
What pattern is that? Butterfly?
It's showing the back.
Oh.
Things called flutterby. Or flutterby.
That's cute.
I love the
That took
The blue instead of a white.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool.
And then I was.
She says I was kind of lazy, she pulls 2 more quilts out.
The quilt that you did where you cut these, I think it was stripes.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So I didn't want to cut them, and I just did sashing.
Awesome.
cute.
So
Oh,
is
I
this her
love that.
variation of stripes?
No, you're fine.
So I did 2 small ones. Because one big one was too big.
Yeah, so she didn't.
Did
cut
everybody
the
see?
trim
I
pack.
got 2 small ones because one big one was too big.
Very nice.
Sneaky on the back.
Here's
Cute.
the back.
Cute, yep. Mhm.
So pretty.
Swirls and petals.
Swirls and petals is the quilting design. That's pretty.
That is a pretty design.
I like that.
Ooh, the Mickey binding is so nice.
It is
Yes.
nice.
Feels really good. Someone lucky, someone to get something cozy.
Yeah. Thank you. Does anybody else have a show and tell? Okay, come on down.
There's a Minky shop at Ashton. Are you joining us for the bus shop hop?
So don't
Hi.
the one over on the river.
I didn't get this.
Good.
This was a, I got
We'll talk about that later.
years ago from that order shop, and then finally, put it
Oh,
together.
stop it, that is so cute.
Oh, that's
Oh, that
adorable.
is so cute.
Yeah.
Can we bring it up here so they
You know
can-
what? I have a panel that I'm just gonna, it hasn't been unboxed yet, unpacked because it's with all the stuff I brought back from Motivation, but it is it's a red, white, and blue pen. It's not this one. It's a red, white, and blue one. It has the American flag on it, and it has the year 1776 to 2026 on it. So if anybody's interested in, okay, yeah,
You might have to do a.
I got 15. I brought 15 back, so I can pull them out. I might have to play
That is
Jenga when we
pretty.
get back to the office, but over at the store, but I can pull them out.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was a,
Yeah.
it was a kit, you know.
It was a kit.
Was a.
It's a Lella
Lella
Batik.
boutique.
It's a Lella Batik.
Yeah,
Yep.
But it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
it was.
about 2 years.
Got that fabric over there.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. I did have it. It was a couple years
it
years
was
ago.
pretty, but you know how we don't do it, so.
Yeah, no,
till the fabric's gone.
it was
so
the
if you make
perfect
a
year to do it
mistake.
though.
Well, I know.
So cute. Okay, I'll pull it out.
Does anybody else have show
Maybe
and
I'll
tell?
sneak away a little bit early.
Okay, this is what I did with my step outs from twins. I just did this pillow, made them identical on this one. That's the gray one is my sample from last month.
I don't know where that.
It's it right there.
Okay, thanks. I have like a privacy protection screen, so I can't see it.
Okay, so we are ready for today's demo. We are doing asteroids today. If you haven't got your pattern yet, this is what it looks like on the pattern. This is my sample of what I did with it. This one takes all 42 of your squares. You need 1 1/4 yards of a solid fabric for your blocks and sashing, and that's what I use, the white. And 1/2 yard for binding and 2 1/2 yards for your backing. For this one, you do need all 42. So if you get a charm pack that doesn't have 42 squares, you'll need to get a second one or add to it from your stash. You'll separate it out into 2 stacks. One will have 25 squares, the other one will have 17 squares. And when I was doing it, I went through, and most charm packs have multiples or duplicates of the same fabric. So as I was doing it, if it had 2 of them, I put 1 in each pile. If it didn't, I put them all in this pile. And then as I when I got to the end, I counted and rearranged as I needed to, but that way I had like some variety, because you'll cut some of them into the pieces for the 4-patch, and some of them are these little pieces that go around, and I wanted as much variety in both areas as I could get. So once you get that, get them separated. The stack that has 25 in it, you will cut those in half, both directions. I found this charm pack is a little smaller than some of them. The pieces are, so I had to go all the way out to the points. Sometimes you can kind of go in a little bit. I found the easiest way to cut them in half and make sure that both sides, all 4 pieces come out the same. I just laid it on my mat and centered it in like a 5-inch section. You could do it either like right in the corner where you've got, the start at 1 and go to 5, but I just centered it in that. And then I used the lines on the mat to line up and make sure it was 2.5 inches over. And that way they might not be exactly the size the pattern says to make them, but they were all the same size. And that's more important, I think. If they're all like 1/8 of an inch small, that doesn't matter. Or if they're 1/8 of an inch too big, you can deal with that. But if one of them is 1/8 of an inch too big and the other one is 1/8 of an inch too small, it's going to be kind of wonky when you start to put it together. So cut all of those, and then I put them in stacks like this, so that my cut edges I kept in the middle, and all the way around the edge I have the pinked edges. Does that make sense? And then I did the shuffle method that I showed you before, where this stack I left the same. This one, I took 2 of them and moved them to the back. So we'll do that. Then the next one, I moved 4 of these to the back. And this way you're shuffling it and you don't end up with the same 4 fabrics when you get to that last little 4-patch. Then this one, I did 6 to the bottom. Get those down there. And then you can just look at it. This is what my 4-patch will look like if I sew it together just like this. So you can check and make sure that it's all, that you don't have like all greens or, all purples. So if you like the way that it looks right here, then I took them and...
Sorry, that was distracting. Lori, text me and see if she wants to go.
Are you 2 passing notes?
We're trying to lip talk to each other, and it's not working.
Okay, so then if I like the way that this layout looks, then I just picked up 2 of them and just match them together and stitch it at 1/4 inch. And this time I'm going to stitch a couple of them so I can show you how I matched everything up, so that I didn't have to think and keep rearranging. So then you pick up your next 2. So I took the 2 from the bottom. So I took 2 from here first. Now I just took 2 from up here. Keep them so that your cut edges are what you're sewing together. And the first one that I put through, I put the pinked edge through first. This one I'm going to put the cut edge through first. And you'll see why it matters in just a minute. And normally I wouldn't use bright red thread to sew this, but that's what was on the machine. So, and I grabbed it from the shop. Okay, so now I'm going to take these 2, but I can look again. I see what my 4-patch is going to look like. I'm good with that color variety. So I'll take those 2. You can also tell, if you sew them all the same way, you can tell, sometimes I was sewing along and forgot which stack I needed to take from. But if you leave them the same orientation they are on your table as you're feeding them through the machine, you can see that this is a cut edge that's on top. So I know I need to take these 2 next. Does that make sense?
What did you mean when you said
You sewed them different, like, the pieces and
So,
So this one that is under here, I picked up from the bottom.
right.
So I'm feeding the pink edge through first.
Oh, okay.
But when I pick up these two, I'm going to feed the cut edge through first. That keeps my pears so that the cut edges are together. So let's get this. And I went through and did about 10 or 15. I felt like if I did more pears than that, it started to get tangled up. So I just did that, went through it, the stack that way, doing them in about 10. You'll make 25 blocks. So you'll need,
Directional fabric that helps too, so that you.
yeah.
yeah, it would help with the directional fabric to keep it all straight. Okay, so we will stop with that right now, but you'd have a longer string than this. So then when I cut them apart, I didn't cut between each one. I cut between the pairs. So I kept two together. These are the two that I had laid out and knew that I liked the way they match. I have their cut edges together with the string between them, or the thread between them. So I'm ready to sew these. You don't have to cut that thread. You can just leave it in there in the middle of your quilt. It'll be fine. So then I just folded them together this way and feed that through the machine. Does that make sense?
So
The way match that.
You're gonna sew, are you always gonna sew your cut edges together?
Mm-hmm. Yep, the cut edges will all be together. On this quilt, the only seam that matches is this one that I'm matching right now. None of the others, you don't have to worry about nesting them. So I put it, as I started feeding it through the machine, our camera's not working, or you would be able to see that I took a couple stitches. So now the machine is holding that edge for me. I can line up and nest this center seam. I had the bottom seam go towards me on all of them, and the top seam went away from me. For me, it's just easier to make sure, like the feed dogs don't flip the seam the way I don't want it to go if I just work with the machine that way. So we'll sew this seam. And I'm using this 1/4 inch seam tape. So you can use that if you want to. You can use a 1/4 inch foot. You can eye it up, whatever works for you. I know some people draw lines on their machine, so whatever works. Then you'll cut this next pair apart. And mine, because I don't have a long string of them, it won't reach my little thread cutter. Oh, I was gonna mention, we have a few of the thread cutters like this. This is the one that uses the rotary blade in it, so you can put your old blade in it and get some more use out of it. We also have these in a variety of colors. They come with a blade. There's a blade in there, and they're really cute too. So you can find whichever you like. So you cut this apart. You have another pair here. So I'll just match up the cut edges again and get them to come apart. Leave that thread that holds them together in there. You can cut it if you want to, but I didn't on mine. And then just match it up. Again, this bottom seam is going to go towards me, and the top seam will go towards the back of the machine or towards the foot. I found that this was a really easy way to keep your pairs from getting mixed up, because I've done it before where I'll sew my whole string of pairs and then cut everything apart, and then they get all mixed up and I can't remember what was supposed to go together and what wasn't. So I didn't turn on iron this time, so I won't press it. But on here, it doesn't really matter. You can see on here, because of the way I stitched it, this seam wants to go down and this one wants to go up. So I did that. The pattern says to press them open. You can do that if you want to, but you need to open them up and press them before you stitch it if you're doing that. Or if you're fine with them going to one side, just do that. And then I just press this seam. Frankly, I would press, so I'd run the iron along this part, then flip the block around, run it here, because for me it's easier to press away from myself, Then it's like this, so I just pushed it this direction and pressed that seam. I didn't pay attention to which colors were getting pressed towards or anything. So you'll have a bunch of those. You'll have 25 that look like this. Oops.
No. This is, so the pack she used for her
Oh,
sample
yeah, I
there
forgot
is
to-
this one right here.
Yeah, so this is the
And this is
one I
just
used
her
for my
step out, so
sample.
she's-
This is called Painterly Petal. For my step outs, I'm just using
something
some
from her
solids
stash.
or tone on tones that I had. Excuse me. Okay, so then once you get all your little 4 patches made, you could cut ahead of time. I made my 4 patches and then I cut the rest. So from your stack of 17 squares, you need to cut 6 of these squares. And we have to be all cryptic. I can't tell you how big they are, but you'll have stacks like that of those. And when you cut it out, you'll end up with 6 squares, and then you have this much that's waste. You can cut it into more squares and be creative and do something with that. You could maybe do like
Cornerstones?
a border. Yeah, you could cut more squares and do cornerstones if you wanted to in here. So it'll be fun to see what you guys do. Or you can throw it into your scrap bag.
Or you just throw it in the trash.
Yep, or throw it in the trash, whatever you want to do with them.
Whatever floats your fancy. Lori would just throw it in the trash. Or if you wanted to, you could bring it over to the scrap bar.
It's a high quality, a good cool shop. I don't throw it away. I would put it into the scrap bar. One of you, maybe the free table if you open.
All right, so you will have a little bit of waste on this one, but you can do something fun with it. Or you can make. Yeah, or you can not. Okay, so then you'll have these. These I didn't shuffle. I just left them in their stacks and I stacked them on top of each other. So as I started sewing them onto the next piece, I was just going through the stack, and that gave me enough variety. It mixed them up good enough for this. So then from your background, you cut some strips. This is where it gets cryptic. You cut strips like this size. From that, you will cross cut them to this size. So you're cutting the long side is what your strip is, and then you cross cut them smaller. Then you will cut some strips this size. And the same thing, you'll cross cut them to this size. Okay, and this is all clear in the pattern, so sorry, we don't want to share the
Dimensions.
dimensions. We've been told not to, so that's like one of the few rules they have. Then you'll cut some strips this size and also cross cut those to this size. Then for your sashing strip that goes all the way across, you'll cut some strips this size. And then for your border, you cut a wider strip for that. Okay, does that make sense?
They're
Okay.
squares.
Yeah, these are little squares
Thank
in
you.
the fabric.
No, I don't have that. Sorry.
This is also one I've had for a long time. I don't even know where I got it, so sorry. But, okay, then you will take,
By Hoffman, California.
yeah, it's a
That tells you
Hoffman fabric.
how long ago it was, though, because I don't think there is a Hoffman, California anymore.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
She's dating herself. with that.
Sometimes I'll pull out a fabric and, oh, I just got this a few years ago. And sometimes they have the year on the salvage. It's like 2010. I'm like, oh, that wasn't just a couple years ago. Okay, so you'll take one of your small rectangles and sew a small square on it. You just go through your stack and put one on each side. And I just chain pieced those all the way through the machine, grabbed the end, wrapped it around, sew one on the other side. So it will look like, ta-da, like that. Pretty easy. On these, you can press open, or I press towards the darker color towards the middle because I didn't want it to shadow through on this one. I think I did the same thing on this one because I also didn't want to get the shadowing or the possible shadowing. Then you will take your next size, so the size bigger, and do the same thing. Go through your stack of these, and I just left a stack of these next to the machine and a stack of these next to the machine.
Go fast though.
I just went through. So, and you'll put those together, grab your end, bring it back around the machine and sew the other side on, and then cut them apart at that point. That's where this comes in really handy because you can just cut through that whole chain really fast. You don't have to fumble with the scissors or the seam ripper or whatever. It's just fast. Quick and easy. And that will look like this when it's done. Ta-da. Then you'll take your 4-patch, if I can figure out what I did with it. So one of these on each side. All I paid attention to when I was doing this was I didn't want the same color touching. So if I had pulled up one of these that had this yellow in it, I would have just set it aside. I just had all of these in a stack by my machine. If one came up that I didn't want to use on that 4-patch, I set it to the side. When you get down to like your last few, you might want to make sure you're not going to end up with matches, but I had enough variety that I didn't worry about it too much. And you can also turn this any direction. So like if I probably wouldn't want those two next to each other. So you can just turn it and put it over here on this side. Does that make sense? So one of these on each side, like that, and it will look like this. And if I'm coming up with my own pressing directions, I usually press towards the dark side, or on something like this, I'll press towards the piece that has the fewest seams in it. So this one has 2 seams. This only has 1, so I press towards that. Once you get all 25 of your blocks to this point, you add the bigger strip. And again, I just kind of paid attention. I made sure I wasn't getting this 2 fabrics next to each other. Though in this one, once I cut it up in that small pieces, sometimes I couldn't tell for sure if it was the same fabric. Like this might be the same as that one. I don't know, but it just was a good enough variety that it didn't matter. So you'll sew them all together like this. And then you'll make your 25 blocks. Oh, I forgot, I just saw a little shaving here. I forgot to tell you, when you're cutting these little pieces, you have just a little bit extra. You can cut that the pinking off of 2 edges, which is what I did. I'll hurry and show you how I did that since I skipped that part. But I just cut it off of 2 edges and then worked from those 2 edges.
So then we're opposite, they're just.
Yeah, it's two sides. So like an L. So these 2 sides are pink, these 2 sides are not. This is going to be my extra, my leftover piece that I didn't need. It will have the pinking all along that long side. But then I could just cut strips. I'll hurry and show you that. This would be easier if our overhead camera was working, but maybe one of these
can't be choosers.
Right, and maybe one of these months we won't have technical difficulties. That would be surprising.
It's overrated anyways.
So once you cut it, you'll have one that has the pink edges. That's the one you'll just discard. You'll have this one, and then you have 2 strips like this that have 3 cut edges and 1 pink edge. When I started cross-cutting them the other way, I started from this edge because you'll trim off this pink edge as you're doing it, but that way you won't trim off too much. So I just cut those lined up. So you'll cut like this, and then you'll cut another one, and you end up with just a little sliver. Like this is the one I ended up with this morning, is what you'll have left on the edge of that. So I found it's easier, I think, on little pieces like this if you don't have to worry about the pink edge. And they're all cut edges. It's just easier to line them up and be precise, I feel like, but do what whichever method you like. That was just the way I did it. So once you get your blocks all to this point, you can see up here I have some of them laid out up there. You'll put your sashing strip between them, and you'll have 5 rows that are 5 blocks across. Okay, so you can see on here, there's the 5. Then you do this long strip between them. Last month, we talked about some ways to do that, to match it all up. And I decided to do it again this month and not add quarter stones like I usually do. And it went together pretty well. On this one, because it's such a small quilt, I measured all 5 of my rows to see what my actual length was. So whenever I'm doing a long sashing like this or a border, I'll cut the width, but then I just leave it in the long strip until I know how big my block is actually going to end up being. So I just cut it like this. Then I measured all of these, cut this, the average size. So mine ended up just a little bit smaller than the pattern said. It was like a 1/4 inch smaller. So I just cut these a 1/4 inch smaller than what the pattern said. Make sure they're the same size as this. Then I put a pin in each end, and I marked the center and put a pin in that, and then just hoped for the best. And it worked out pretty well. I only had to change 1 block, so that was shifted a little. One of them had like moved over a little, but I didn't have to take out the whole thing, just a little bit of it, and readjusted that. Then you just put your borders on, do the same thing. Whatever, you know what this width was, so you shouldn't have to measure that again. Just cut your top and bottom borders to that size, stitch those on, measure top to bottom, and cut both of your sides that size, and sew those on. Woohoo! Any questions? No? Okay. Then we will say goodbye to our online friends that are watching. Do we still
Nobody's
have
there.
several? Nobody?
Say bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.